Hi, my name is Shapel Mallard. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn, born and raised. Sports teams, Knicks, die hard. You know what I mean? I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up watching the 90s Knicks. Giants, die hard. Steelers fan, die hard. I started playing high school football, started watching defensive line play, fell in love with the steel curtain defense of the mid-70s. I guess that's why I'm a Steelers fan, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm from Brooklyn, right? I loved Colin Kaepernick's protest. The thing that got me, whenever something political happens in sports, people's first impulse is to say like, well, this is where I come to get away from it all. Sports and politics aren't supposed to be together. Keep your politics out of my football. It doesn't work that way. You know, sports are a cultural thing, right? They don't exist in a vacuum. The NFL is not just the boundaries on the field. The NFL is a multi-billion-dollar organization with multinational influence. I don't think you could sort of take the politics out of it. I think it becomes a mirror for whatever else is going on. And I think the fact that Colin Kaepernick saw it as a stage with millions of people watching to make a comment about what's going on right now, I felt like, you know, that's what his responsibility is in part. I think if you're in the public and you have an opinion about something and you feel strongly about something, you have something a lot of people don't have, which is a platform. So I think he saw it as his personal obligation to use that platform to say something millions of people want to say. Millions of people wish they could say as loudly as he did. The people who weren't fucking with Colin Kaepernick, I just think it's the same extension of systemic racism you see anywhere else. Yeah, we live in a democracy. We're supposed to make commentary on things. And the second my man did, everybody turned on him and said, oh, it wasn't appropriate. And then even the way they questioned what his protest was, right? So the other thing that pissed me off was that everybody started talking about, oh, did Colin Kaepernick vote or not? We're not talking about whether he voted or not. We're talking about the statement that he made. And whether he votes or not doesn't invalidate the statement that he made, right? Not in my opinion. That's one. And then two, I think it's sort of a simple, politically flat sort of thing to say that the only thing of any political consequence is a vote. I think a lot of people feel like, you know, it's a political statement to not vote. Now, that might not necessarily be something you agree with, but I think that's a valid point. So to try and discredit him by saying, oh, he didn't vote, or to try and discredit him by saying he used the wrong platform, or that he became a distraction, those are the people who are cool with the status quo and they want to see the status quo, you know, just continue. Colin Kaepernick is obviously getting blackballed, right? And that's the other thing that kills me. Like, no, it's not like all the NFL GMs and owners got together and put together a list of people they don't want to talk to, right? It was a PR move, and that's how racism works, right? That's how the agenda works. That's how the status quo is maintained. It's not about, you know, strategic cooperation. It's about people making the decision that best accords with however the world is at that moment, right? And I feel like it's a lot easier to try and pick up a quarterback who's going to half-ass it the whole time than to pick up a guy like Colin Kaepernick, who I think is going to actually do something for your team and then have to field all the PR shit. I don't think the NFL is as concerned with player safety as they make it out to be, right? What the NFL is concerned about is enduring viewership, right? So they want to make sure, straight up and down, that parents continue letting their kids play football so that there's always a market there and so that there's always a line of new athletes, right? That's really what it's about. Because if they cared, they wouldn't have covered it up for as long as they did, right? If they cared, years ago, they would have started investing in research as far as like concussion and player safety and better equipment and strike zones and all that stuff that they're talking about now. If they cared, they wouldn't have guys hopped up on painkillers all the time. I think the NFL is as terrible with dealing with domestic violence as, I don't know, local, state, and federal agencies are. I got to keep it 100. I think in general, socially, we're bad at issues of gender. We're bad at issues of abuse. I think the NFL just reflects that. do I think the NFL cares if a woman gets beat? As an organization, nah, I don't think they give a shit. I think they care if people see it happening. I think they care if a video pops up and a woman got knocked out in an elevator. They care about that. But do they care about particular instances? Does any corporation or large organization care about particular instances for anybody? Nah, I don't think they do. I don't think they can. So I mean, as far as how they're handling it, I think they're maybe trying to do a better job. Where do I see the NFL in relation to the game that I grew up loving? I think it's going to grow further and further away from the sport I loved and I played. For better or worse. For worse for me, because I don't think there'll ever be another guy like Lawrence Taylor. I don't think there'll ever be another guy like Ray Lewis. I don't think there'll ever be another guy like Warren Sapp. I don't think we're producing those sort of guys anymore. I don't think the NFL is going to produce those sort of guys anymore. Like I said, I think it'll be sad for me, but maybe it'll be a better thing. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like in 25 years, it's going to be flag football. And that's okay. That might be the best thing. That might be the best thing for us as a society, to stop spending entire Sundays watching grown men beat the hell out of each other. It might be better for us overall. I could accept that. But personally, the thing that I love, I don't think the thing I love is going to last. Not the way that it has.